statements and loops. So today we'll be using them in some of the programs. All programs I'll not do because otherwise you will not learn. So that's why that thing I mean to say, so certain things I will leave it to you. Okay. So we will go to the content then to do. And one thing you have to remember is that since it's practical, so you have to be very careful. First thing is that it's a case sensitive language. So you have to be very careful. If you are declaring something with capital, you have to keep that. Second thing, you have to see that the spaces required to be kept between the parentheses, between the operators, between the operands. So all those things you have to see, because if suppose space is not there, then you will get error. Okay, but since you are doing for the first time, so that's why in beginning only I'm saying that you have to be a little bit careful. Okay, so as we progress, then we will be able to tackle more of these issues. Okay. So today, let us do a very simple program. Okay. Okay, these are there, but let us demonstration we can do later also. Let us try this program. We are with the program to check if the number is odd or even, isn't it? The user is basically supplied with the number, and then the program has to check whether that number is odd or even. So if we look here, this is the code that I have already checked. I mean to say, I've already executed this one today morning. So this is a correct version of the program. So as usual, let us try to execute this and see. Okay, so first of all, you know that first of all I have to enter into the editor's code editor section. So how do I enter VI, and then let me write the name of the file. Anything I can write. Okay, so I have entered correct into the text editor section. Now after I've entered, so I have to start writing. So how do I start writing? I have to press the key alphabet I. So the moment I press I, see now I'll be able to write. So I'll write hash colon, then bin, and then back. This is basically to this basically tells us that we are basically writing the code, and we want to make use of the script or the code that we have written by the bash shell or shell. Okay. Now let us try to check what we have written. So first of all, we have written this. Then we have given echo statement, enter a number. Okay. So we have given one statement, enter a number. So let us do. Why I'm checking that? Because that is already I have checked, cross-verified today morning before starting the class. Okay. So enter the number. Then we will go step by step. Then read n. So read n, what will it do? It will take the value from the keyboard. So n is any variable. So read n. Okay. So n will be basically the number which through which we will be able to take input from the keyboard. Okay. So that one is not required. Okay. Then let's see. Then next, what do we have? Then I am using the logic here. So what was the logic based? Uh, if suppose a number is even, then if it is divisible by 2, that means if there is no remainder, then in that case the number is even, isn't it? That is the logic for even number. If the number is divisible by 2, that means the remainder for that number after being divided by 2 is 0, then we say that that number is an even number. If the remainder is there, then it's an odd number. So same thing here also, you will be doing that. So let us see logic. You can you can write the piece of code, the flow you can choose. So I've taken another variable, so this is how we will write. Okay, so for any variable there has to be a dollar symbol. So percentage 2, what will this percentage 2 give me? This percentage 2 is not percentage division. That means it will divide number n by 2, and it will give me the remainder value. So whatever is the remainder value will be stored inside this one rem. Okay, so now I have to check that whatever remainder is obtained, isn't it? If it is equal to 0, we already said that this is an equal, it's static command. So if whatever is stored inside RAM is equal to 0, then we have to say that it is an even number, else we will say that it is an odd number. We will do the same thing if. Okay, so let us go. See one thing. There is a space between this bracket and this dollar symbol. Okay, so that thing you have to maintain. So I have given space again, rem. Okay, then if it is equal to, how will you write equal to? eq, equal to 0, then space again. Okay, after if, it should come? Then we saw the syntax in the last class, isn't it? Then echo that the number is even number. So echo that the number is correct. All right. So I have written that line. Then the else part, if the condition is false, that means remainder is there. So else echo is odd number. So have we finished the line? No. Why? Because we have seen that for every if, there has to be a corresponding fee. So I will end this one with. Okay, so now let me try to execute that whether whatever we have done here is correct or not. So how do I do? Escape colon WQ. Okay, so first of all, what are the files that are present? So this is the file that I have created, even or.sh. So first of all, I have to grant permission, isn't it, for execution? So I'm granting that permission. Okay, so I'll execute now. I think we already know how to execute. How do we execute? Dot that slash then even odd dot sh. So let me see that the number is, let's say, 5. So 5 is odd or even? It is odd. So one more time, let me run. Let me say that 8. 8 is odd or even? Let me check. It's even. Okay. So this is how basically you can execute using execute. I've executed a program for a number to check whether it's odd or even, which where the number has to be inputted by the user. Okay. So any query? Any query? Any query? I think it's pretty simpler, isn't it? Okay. So let me try another program to find the greatest of three numbers. I think you all already must have been familiar, isn't it? What is the logic behind greatest of three numbers? We have to run like conditional statements, isn't it? Like for example, in the first one we have to say that if the first number is greater than the second number as well as then the third number, then the first number is the greatest. If let's say, else if suppose second number is greater than both first and third, then the second number is greater. And if alls are false or everything is false, then the third number is the greater. Okay, so that way we will do. So again, this first part is very simple to understand. We are declaring that we want to make use of the script that we have written in the bash script. Then we are print like you can say displaying, no, that enter the first number, then the number is being entered using the read command. Then for second number we are entering from the keyboard. The third number is also being entered from the keyboard by using the read command. So it's pretty much simpler. Now let me go to a new file by, because let me say greater. Okay, I can give any name of the file. So I've given greater dot sh. Now if I want to write something, how do I do? I press I and then I can write hash, this one, bin, and then bash. Okay, so I can write here, enter first number. Okay, so I can read, let's say, number 1. See the spaces, how the spaces are there between read and the operand, and echo, enter second number. Okay, then again enter third number. Is it here? Okay, so I have done that part. Uh, I'll be using the logic here. So I have to use the conditional statement. So if else conditional statement will be used. So let us see what do we have. If this one is greater than this, so let me write as it is because this one is already checked code I have done. So if the first number is greater than the second, sorry, then the second number space, okay, and both the conditions have to be satisfied. And again, the first number is greater than, okay, the third number, then what do I say? I echo. So what did I echo here in the code? Let us see. Echo. But before echo, what do I have? I have then. So that's why we have to be very, very careful. Okay, so we will have then. Okay, then we will, after this, we have which number is the greatest? We will print number 1. Okay, so I can say that number 1 is greatest. Okay, so I have finished the first one, but it may be that second number is greater. So what I have to use? I'll use elif. In C we used as else if, but here it is elif. So I can write the same thing now, but for number 2. So number 2 is greater than number 1, and number 2 is greater than number 3. Okay, then do we have then? Yes, we do have then. Isn't it? After elif also we have then. Okay, so we will write then echo. What would you write? Dollar number 2 is greatest. Okay, so we have done till here. Then what do we have? We have written. So if all these condition fails, then what will happen? The last one will be the else statement. So else echo num3 is greatest. Okay, so how do I end at last? For every corresponding if, there is a fee. So I will be, okay. So now I'll be executing this to check. So how do I execute? Escape, then colon, WQ, save and quit. Okay, so first of all, chmod, what was the name of the file? The name of the file was greater. So you write greater than sh. Okay. Oh, sorry. A plus x. I forgot to write a plus x. Okay. So I'm granting permission for reading and writing. So greater dot sh. Okay. So enter the first number 5, second number 1, third number, let's say 9. Okay. So let me see. So 9 is the greatest. So is it clear this one? Is it clear? Okay. Then your I'll be leaving it to you. This one program to find the simplest of three numbers. Will you be able to do program to find the smallest of three numbers? Will you be able to do or not? I have shown you the greatest of three numbers. You have to do the smallest of three numbers. Okay, very good. Now let us try some more programs. So this I'm taking because we are writing one extra command here. Okay. So this is a program to find the simple interest basically. So we already know like from our other semesters how to find how to write a program for simple interest, isn't it? Or mathematically, what is the formula? P into R into T divided by 100. Now, whenever we are performing multiple arithmetic operations, we have to use a special command called expr. We already have seen, right? Whenever there are more number of arithmetic or logical expressions in one particular line, that means in one expression. Okay, if we have something like this, then we have to use EXPR. Okay, so I have written here also that that Linux or Unix operating systems provides the EXPR command for doing arithmetic calculations. Okay, so that is there. Now we can use these commands in Bash or shell script also for evaluating other expressions. So, like for example, uh, okay, fine. For EXPR, we have shown this one. Now, one more thing is there, BC. Okay, so BC is also one of the command which is used for uh, giving you the output of a arithmetic expression. Okay, let's say for example I have like this dollar echo 12 plus 5, then you give colon BC. So what will this do? This will basically evaluate whatever is there inside the inverted comma. Whatever is there inside the inverted comma, it will evaluate. 12 plus 5 is what? 17. So directly it will print 17. You may cross check. If suppose we eliminate BC here, then what will happen is, like for example, in this case, if we eliminate BC, in place of 17 we will get this as a string. That is it will be printed as 12 plus 5. Okay, and not 17. So that is the reason why we are using BC. Like similarly here also, expression P into R into T divided by 100. So this is under quotes. If suppose BC is not given here, then what will happen? It will print P into R into T divided by 100. But actually I want what? I want the result. So for in order to get the result, I have to use the command BC. Okay, so let us execute this one. Initially, in the morning when I did, I was getting that expression. So I cross-checked and I found that this one command is there. So I've already given the link also, which will give you more depth of how to use this commands in other scenarios as well. Okay, so let us try. Vi simple interest dot sh, so hash bin bash. Okay, so let me try to do the same way only. Echo principal amount is, so I will be reading this because user will be entering. Then echo rate of interest is, so read, let's say R, and echo time period is. So time we are not specifying here, like whether it's years or whatever. We are just taking as unit. So read T. Okay. So till there I have done. Okay. So now I will be formulating the expression. So we have to be very careful here. So let us see. I've taken a variable si. So I'm going to use the command expr. But expr to use, I have to use a, I mean to say prime symbol, isn't it? Which is present between escape and tab. Okay, between escape and tab of your laptop, you'll have this one. Okay. So then what do we have? Then we have expr. So let us write expr. Okay, then this bracket is there. Okay, but before bracket, I have to put this one. So P into R into T, okay, divided by 100. Okay, isn't it? P into R into T, then close this one. The okay, and I want to make use of BC. So what is the syntax? Pipe symbol and BC. Pipe symbol and BC. Then this character should be closed. Oh, one more thing I forgot to give. This dollar, no? This is very crucial. Okay, so you people have to be very careful. Okay, so we have done that. So look here very carefully how we are going to do P into R into T divided by 100. Okay, and BC. Why I'm looking from there? Because that code I already executed. Okay, why? That's why it's already like tested. So I don't want any error. So simple interest is dollar SI. Yes, I'll save this one, colon escape colon WQ. First I will execute, isn't it? That means I will first try to grant permission to this file. So what was the name? I think simple interest. Okay. So now I'll execute. So let us say it is 5,000. Then let's say rate of interest is 10 and it is 2. Okay, the problem. Uh, line 8. Okay, let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the. So we have to be very careful, okay? Because one mistake will cost us R into T, P into R into T divided by 100. Let me check. Because they are space like sensitive, so we have to be very, very neat, okay? In that way. Okay, let me check now. I think it should work. Okay, it's still not coming. Mm,
Sir, maybe a space after EXPR. Maybe that would work. I don't know.
which one?
Sir, EXPR, after that, maybe
Yes,
there's a space required.
let me
EXP.
check. This one, no?
Yes, sir. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let us check. Huh? No, there is. Because they are space sensitive also, okay? So what happens is, okay, let me check. This expression is creating issues. I'll cross check with this. Okay, I'll cross check today and I will update you tomorrow. There is some problem with the spacing, so I'll do this today and I will get back to you. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, there is, it's the thing is okay, but the spaces we have to be very careful. So now I'm unable to locate. So don't worry, I'll do it today only. Okay, and get back to you. Okay. Okay, so that remains. So I'll look today only and I will update. Don't worry. Okay, then one more again program that I have taken is basically checking whether it's a leap year or not. Okay, so this is also there. So what is the logic? I've made it very simple. I've just checked only with the divisibility of 4. So the condition that I have taken here is that if suppose we have a year which is divisible by 4, then that year is a leap year. Okay, so let me try to execute. So let us see. So first of all, we are prompting that let us enter year to check. So okay, so next will be what? Reading it from the keyboard. So I'm reading it. Okay. The next what I have done, whatever I have read from the keyboard, that value I'm storing in a variable called year. Okay, because I don't want to modify y. Okay, later I'll be referencing y value that I've inputted from the keyboard. So this is basically initializing. That means whatever is the value of y, I'm storing it in year. Okay, so now next is the logic. So this is it's a arithmetic operation. So I'm using again expr. So we have to be very careful with the spaces. Otherwise, one spaces also remains, then we will get error. Okay. So you can check. After that, also we have a space, isn't it? So that's why space has to be very, very well checked. Okay. So percentage, we are checking with 4. So that means divisibility by 4. And then we are ending it. Okay. So check again, EXPR, there is a space, then dollar year, then again there is a space, modular division, then space here. Then again we are checking the condition using the conditional statement. So how we are doing? We are putting the condition here. So if why we have said that it's equal to 0, because whatever value we will get here, year, whatever year after dividing by 4, whatever remainder we get, we will store it here. So if that value that we have obtained after evaluating the expression, if answer value is let's say 0, then only it will be a leap year. So same thing here also, we are doing the same. So for every if, there will be a corresponding then. Okay, so check if we have, that is the thing. Spaces I'm most worried, because space trouble every time. Nothing to explain. Okay, so similarly I can check some other also.
Yes.
Is it clear, or is it tough to understand? Here it's same, only similar like C, but just that it is very much space sensitive. That is the only thing. Okay, in simple interest also, I think some spaces are. I mean to say, I have to check. Okay, otherwise, while I executed and I didn't save those files also, that's why. That is the reason I should have saved. Okay. Okay, so others also I take into account that it's fine. Okay, Mosabar. Let me check. Factorial I'll do tomorrow and some programs. Some I have given you to do also. Prime number you have to do on your own because in junior class also you have done. So same logic you have to do. So self practice I have given. Okay, like smallest of three numbers, prime number. Okay, then Fibonacci series we can try for today. Okay, so let us see. I think you already know the logic of Fibonacci series. What is a Fibonacci series? Suppose we have a sequence like this. Let's 1, 1, 3, then let's say 4, then 7, then 11, or let me give spaces and then write 1, 1, then 3 we have, then we have 4, then next we have 7, then we have 11, then 7 plus 11 is how much? 18. Okay, in this way. What does this mean? It means that whenever you add the first two term, you get the third term, like 1 plus 1. If you add, you will get what? 3. Then 1 plus 3, if you add, you will get what? 4. 3 plus 4, if you add, you will get what? 7. 4 plus 7, if you add, you will get 11. 7 plus 11, you will get 18. But till when this will be continuing? Until the time where the user has given the range. Okay, that means the range we have to tell programmatically, like till how much we want to generate. Okay, so according to that, basically that sequence of Fibonacci is generated. So Fibonacci logic, I think it is clear to you, and you have done in junior classes also. So the same thing only we will take two numbers. First number is 0, then second one is 1. Now let's say I say that the range is 5. So I have to keep on adding first, second to generate third, then second, third to generate fourth, then third and fourth to generate fifth in that way, right? But I cannot write so many pieces of code. So what I'll do, I'll use a loop. Okay, so what I will do is I will say that from the first term, okay, up till the range that I have given, I have to keep on doing this thing. What I'm doing here, first of all, I'm printing the first number. Okay, then second number already I have initialized. So to get the third number, what I have to do? I have to add the first and second and store it in third. Then next time, what will happen? The first number now will become the second number of the previous, and the second number will become the third number of the previous. Okay. Okay, that is the structure only. Okay, mostly because here how many like variables we are using? Two, I and num, isn't it? So that's why basically we are having two parentheses here. Okay, so that is the only like difference. Okay, so that's why like in this scripting, I mean this languages, we have to be a little bit careful. Okay, that so let us try to do. So what was the program? Fibonacci. I just hope we don't get errors because of the spaces. Yes, so let me try to write the same way because already tested program. So if suppose we just have only one term, then so we can't help it. Then we have to print only that term only. Okay. So let's say if that term is equal to one, then what will happen? Then we have to print that one only. We have no choice. Okay, else So I will enter the number. So how will I enter? I will read, isn't it? Here I may skip this line. It's okay. Like I can skip this one. I can skip this if else part. If else I may not use directly. I can use the range. Okay. So just to control the flow of statement, I'm doing this. Okay. So it's I have terminated the if else statement. Then I'm just taking these two numbers. F1 is equal to 0. Okay. Then I'll be okay giving some kind of prompt. So I'll be running this for loop. So after that, what do I have? You can refer to the class notes last time. So for every do, I have a done, isn't it? So inside that, I have to write the executable part of the statement. So what I have to write? So first of all, I am okay if I don't print also. This one is okay. Let me just directly write F3 is equal to. Okay, so I have to add F1 plus plus. Okay. So again, two variables. So that's why the parenthesis. Oh, sorry, I have to. Then so F1, F2. After adding, I'll store here. Then as I move forward, the second number which was there initially will become my first number, and the third number will become my second number. You can check accordingly. We have done. Okay, so spaces we have to be careful, otherwise lots of errors will come. Okay. I think some spaces I have to look in that. So this was name was Fibonacci. Enter the range. Let's say 5. Okay, that is not printed because I left the echo statement. Yes, this one. Okay, so that's why we have to be very, very echo F1. Yes, so that one I had forgotten to give. Okay. So the range was how much? 5 terms, right? So 0, 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. So how many terms are there? 5 terms. Okay. Then here one more thing you have to check. Let's see here. In this one, I had forgotten to write dollar. So this also has to be there. But luckily, like while the thing coding, so this part also you have to check the parenthesis. Coming back here, parenthesis will be two variables are there. Outside there will be dollar, and individually also there will be dollar. Okay. What else is there to check? Thing. That's it only. Then see within this also. For the if, there is a space, then parenthesis space. Okay, then these parentheses, the spacing also you have to be very, very alert. Okay. This one, these two programs also, I'm leaving it to you. One is to check if a number inputted by the user is palindrome or not. I think you must be knowing the logic. And the other number is, other program is checking the division of students of a class based on the percentage. That means if it is greater than 60, it's first division. I think this one you have already worked like this kind, right? So this I'll just highlight which one is your work to do. It's completely you have to do it, okay? And you have to show me tomorrow the execution by sending screenshots in the official WhatsApp group. So you cannot say that, sir, we got errors. You have to try, okay? Because see, I have done so many, okay? So you cannot say. So this four is today's assignment for you, okay? Lab assignment to get it done. Others no need because others I'll be like doing one, two, three, and four. So any query so far? Okay, I will be doing that too. Awesome. Any query? Okay, then certain programs were there. Have you done before this programs like how to calculate Armstrong number, like to check whether a number is Armstrong or not? Do you know how to do the logic, or do you want that I should do tomorrow that Armstrong number? You want to you will do it, or I should do it, or okay. Okay, then I can show then tomorrow, not an issue. Armstrong number I will show. But these four things that I have given you, those things you people have to do it today, and you have to upload the like screenshot in the official WhatsApp group because individually to connect will be very tough. So you upload there, you show the output has come, and accordingly, okay. So you have to be very careful. Even for me also, it's difficult sometimes because spaces I tend to neglect because mostly I'm more acquainted with C and C++. So that's why it becomes like it. We tend to overlook it mistakenly. That part you have to check. Okay, so I think for today, it's more than sufficient because labs are always very fast, isn't it? If you understand. And try to check EXPR and BC, whatever I've spoken. You check it today. If you have doubt, you let me know tomorrow. Okay. So for today, I think it's sufficient only. Okay. Tomorrow, I will see what else I'll do. I'm strong and simple interest also, I'll try to rectify. And I mean to say, tomorrow, maybe I can start functions in shell scripting. Okay, so that's it then.